Hello guys, how are you? So today, after a long time, I am again starting with the questions and answers session for CISA candidates and also for IT auditors. So today, I will explain the CISA domain 2, which is governance and management of IT. So today, I will discuss with 10 high impact scenario based questions and answers so that you can understand and learn the CISA domain 2 topics and features. Remember, CISA domain 2 is very important for the CISA candidates, and uh, you should understand it very clearly, all the features. So today I will discuss all the 10 questions and answers, and gradually I will discuss all the features as well in my upcoming videos. So in this video, we will learn how to analyze real CISA exam scenarios, and then how to identify first, most, and the best answers, and then how to avoid common exam traps, and finally, how governance failures appear in real organizations. So these questions will be perfect for the CISA candidates, IT auditors, risk and compliance professionals, and at the same time, governance and IT managers. So let's start with the questions. So our first question is on IT strategy alignment. The scenario is a multinational bank has recently shifted its business strategy toward digital banking and customer self-service platforms. However, the IT strategy document still focuses heavily on branch-based infrastructure upgrades and legacy system enhancements. During an audit, business executives express concern that IT initiatives are not supporting the new digital direction, resulting in slow digital product launches. So, what should the IS auditor do first? The four options are: option A, recommend updating the IT project budget allocation. Option B, review the IT steering committee meeting minutes. Option C, perform a gap analysis between business and IT strategies. Option D, recommend formation of a digital transformation task force. So here, if we go through all the options, the correct option should be option C. Perform a gap analysis between business and IT strategies. Why? Let me explain a bit. The first step actually is to identify the extent of misalignment between the IT and the business strategy. So a gap analysis will help you to determine where the IT plans diverge from the business direction. Only after identifying the problem can actions like the budgeting changes or the committee adjustments can be recommended. So first we have to understand the gap analysis, and then after analyzing and identifying the gaps, we can recommend on updating the IT project budget allocation or formation of a digital transformation task force. So the correct answer is C. The next question is IT performance measurement. So here is the scenario. A large retail company uses a balanced scorecard to track IT performance. However, the CIO admits that the scorecard has not been reviewed for over 6 months. Business units complain about delayed system updates and slow incident resolution. Internal audit finds outdated KPIs that no longer reflect current business priorities. What is the most significant risk? Option A, IT staff may not follow operational procedures. Option B, IT services may not support business objectives. Option C, scorecard data may become inaccurate. Option D, the CIO may lose visibility into project costs. So here, if we go through, the correct answer should be IT services may not support business objectives. That is B. Why B? Because you see, not reviewing KPIs means what? Means IT performance cannot be measured against business needs, and this will cause the misalignment. So why the other options are not correct? In the A, we can see that IT staff may not follow operational procedures. So you see, this is actually not related to the use of the key performance indicators, right? And option C, scorecard data may become inaccurate. Data accuracy is actually a minor issue if you compare it with the misalignment with the business strategy. And D, the CIO may lose visibility into project costs. Actually, the cost visibility is not the primary issue with the outdated KPIs, right? So, the most significant risk is IT services may not support business objectives. Question 3 is on governance structure. The scenario is here: in an organization undergoing rapid innovation, the CIO reports directly to the CFO. The CIO is the Chief Information Officer and the CFO is the Chief Financial Officer. So product teams complain that IT approvals emphasize cost savings rather than enabling innovation. Governance decisions appear influenced primarily by financial constraints. What should the IS auditor conclude? A, IT governance structure lacks adequate segregation of duties. So actually, reporting lines do not violate the segregation of duties, right? The B is CIO should be moved to a lower position. This is not related to the question actually. This issue is structural and not about demoting the roles. C, reporting structure may cause misalignment with business strategy. Yes, this is the correct answer because CIO reporting to CFO, it usually prioritizes costs over innovation. So it will ultimately hamper the business aligned IT governance. So the CIO should not be, the CFO should not be the reporting line of the CFO. And when a CIO reports to the CFO, definitely the financial priorities will overshadow the innovation. So the reporting hierarchy, it can hinder the IT's ability to support strategic goals. Question 4, IT policies and communication. The scenario is IT policies are updated regularly, but there is no structured communication process. Employees learn about policy changes informally or through outdated intranet pages. A recent phishing incident exposed user confusion regarding security requirements. So, what is the most important impact? Policies may not comply with regulations. Employees may unknowingly violate security controls. Policy update costs may increase. Management may lose confidence in IT. So, what will be the correct answer here? The correct answer is employees may unknowingly violate security controls. So, why this is the correct answer? You see, uncommunicated IT policies can lead to inconsistent policy application, and ultimately it will increase the risk of security breaches due to the non-compliance with the policies. So here the most important impact is employees may unknowingly violate the security controls. So why A is not correct? Policies may not comply with regulations. Compliance actually it depends on the content, not communication effectiveness. Correct? Policy update costs may increase. There is no evidence actually it suggests financial impact here. And management may lose confidence in IT. This is possible but not the highest risk outcome, right? So the highest, most important impact is employees may unknowingly violate security controls. Question 5 is a health services organization conducts cyber risk assessments periodically but has not performed one for over 3 years. Major changes including cloud migration and IoT medical devices have occurred. Management continues to rely on outdated risk registers. What should the IS auditor recommend first? Conduct a full enterprise risk assessment, update the risk register, implement automated risk monitoring tools, or hire third-party security consultants. Here you say the assessment has not performed for over 3 years. So in this case, the first the auditor will first recommend to conduct a full enterprise risk assessment, because the foundation of risk management is an updated risk assessment, right? So without updated risk assessment, any updates or tools will still rely on outdated data. So first we have to conduct a full enterprise risk assessment, then we will update the register and implement. After identifying the risks, we will implement the monitoring tools accordingly. Our next question is on resource management. The scenario is here: due to staffing shortages, an organization relies heavily on third-party contractors for critical system administration tasks. Background checks are not performed, contractors receive broad administrative access, and their activities are not monitored. So what is the primary risk here? A. increased costs due to contractor usage, delays in IT service delivery, unauthorized access to sensitive systems, violation of HR employment policies. If we look at the scenario here, it is saying that the organization relies heavily on third-party contractors for critical system administration tasks. And you see, no background checks are performed, and contractors are receiving enough access, I mean broad administrative access. And also the organization is not monitoring the contractors' activities. So what could be the primary risk here? The primary risk is obviously unauthorized access to sensitive systems. Because as they have broad administrative access and nobody is monitoring their activities, so there is a huge chance that they are getting unauthorized access to the organization's sensitive systems, right? So here C is the correct answer. The seventh question is on third-party vendor management. The scenario is a financial institution stores sensitive customer data with a cloud provider. When asked for assurance documentation, the vendor refuses on-site audits and provides only a generic marketing report. No SOC reports or certifications are available. What should the IS auditor recommend? Terminate the vendor contract immediately, request an independent third-party audit report, migrate the system to another provider, or increase monitoring of internal IT controls. Remember, whenever this type of situation happens, always the auditor should recommend the an independent third-party audit report, because only an independent third-party audit report can verify what is going on with the vendor or what is the exact condition where the organization's sensitive data, customer data is residing, financial organizations. So what is the exact condition of that vendor? So the standard practice is to rely on SOC 1 and SOC 2 or ISO audit reports when direct audits are unavailable. Whenever the organization cannot audit the vendor, so the best option is to request an independent third party audit. Our next question is on project governance. So what is the scenario? A large ERP implementation is delayed and over budget by 40%. The steering committee has not met in 6 months. Project risks are not tracked, and scope changes were approved informally without business input. What is the most significant concern here? A. Project documentation may not be complete. Lack of executive oversight may jeopardize project success. Budget forecasting may be inaccurate. Business units may resist the new system. So here, if we go through all the four options, in the scenario it is saying the over budget by 40%, and the main concern is the steering committee has not met in 6 months, and even the project risks are also not tracked, and you see the scope changes were approved informally without business input. So here the first thing is the executive oversight is not there. The steering committee didn't meet in 6 months. No meetings there. So the correct answer is the lack of executive oversight may jeopardize the project success. The steering committee is responsible for major decisions and governance in any organization, right? So its absence can ultimately jeopardize the entire project. So the correct answer is B. Our next question is on quality management. The scenario is software developers frequently bypass the QA team to push urgent releases into production due to the time pressure. The software developers, they frequently bypassing the quality assurance team. Post-deployment reviews show frequent defects and service outages. The quality assurance manager has no authority to block deployments. So which control is most impacted here? Change management, problem management, incident management, service level management. This is obviously the change management. So change management department always comes into picture whenever any software is developed and it will be published to the production system. Definitely QA team will check the quality and test the system, the software. So if you bypass the quality assessment, it will obviously undermine the testing and approval steps, because in an organization approval steps are done through change management process. So these two, the testing and the approval steps, these are the core components of change management. If these are bypassed, then obviously there will be problem and the system failure will happen. That's why it is happening that post deployment reviews show that frequent defects and service outages. So here the control which is impacted is change management. That means change management control is not there. The correct answer is A. The 10th question is on IT organizational structure. So let's see the scenario here. The security operations team reports to the IT operations manager, whose priority is system uptime. Security patches are frequently delayed to avoid downtime. Several patch deferrals were approved by operations management. What is the most significant issue here? Lack of security awareness training, inefficient operational workflows, conflict of interest affecting security posture, and inadequate system performance matrix. So here actually the correct answer will be the conflict of interest affecting security posture. You see, security teams must operate independently from system uptime priorities to avoid compromising protection measures. So here the correct answer is conflict of interest affecting the security posture. The correct answer is C. So thank you for viewing this video. We will again come back with another set of questions and answers that will help you to understand all the topics of CISA Domain 2 and help you to pass the CISA certification. Thank you. See you again.